I know there's a good chance that I'm live right now, but I just want to voice my protest for the new oof noise because it sounds like a pitiful sneeze.
All please rise. The Honorable, the Chief Justice of the Philippines and the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court of the Philippines. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. All persons having business before the Honorable Supreme Court of the Philippines shall give their attention, for the court is now in session.
Please remain standing for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem to be led invisibly by the Philippine Madrigal Singers.
Bayang magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisihin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bakaw, may nilagang tuna at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang islap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na naglilindi. Ang bituin at arang niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng malapit pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Please remain standing for the Supreme Court hymn.
Behold the guardians of our rights, enrobed in majesty and light, uphold the fundamental law. From this writ all their judgments flow. With conscience free their views to air, they vow and this to all declare. Rich or poor, friend or foe, alike, the scales are a balanced right. Justice and peace and equity, for love, truth, and fairness reign their home. There stands the court of last resort, forever Supreme Court. With vision settle history, their vision leaves a legacy. For their honor, their faith, their names, the nation will all acclaim.
The ecumenical prayer for the courts. Almighty God, we stand in your holy presence as our supreme judge. We humbly beseech you to bless and inspire us so that what we think, say, and do will be in accordance with your will. Enlighten our minds, strengthen our spirit, and fill our hearts with fraternal love, wisdom, and understanding, so that we can be effective channels of truth, justice, and peace. In our proceedings today, guide us into the path of righteousness for the fulfillment of your greater glory. Amen. Thank you. Please be seated. Present order of business is the petition for and the resolution for the acceptance of the new lawyers into the role of attorneys of the Republic of the Philippines. And now, hearing that there are no other objections from my invisible colleagues, I therefore grant the petition to permit these lawyers before us and those who are unable to attend take the oath as lawyers and to sign the roll of attorneys. At this juncture, may I ask all lawyers to please rise. Raise your right hand using the oath tool and repeat after me, being represented by veteran lawyer Ryan Manu 123 and present speaker. Again, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Alejandro Valera,
Solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will maintain allegiance to the Republic of the Philippines.
that I will maintain allegiance to the Republic of the Philippines.
I will support the Constitution and obey the laws,
I will support the Constitution and obey the laws,
as well as the legal orders,
as well as the legal orders
the duly constituted authorities therein.
of the duly constituted authorities therein.
I will do no falsehood nor consent to the doing of any in court.
I will do no falsehood nor consent to the doing of any in court.
I will not wittingly or willingly promote or sue any groundless, false, or unlawful suit, or give aid nor consent to the same.
I will not wittingly or willingly promote or sue any groundless, false, or unlawful suit, or give aid nor consent to the same.
I will delay no man for money or malice, and will conduct myself as a lawyer according to the best of my knowledge and discretion.
I will delay no man for money or malice, and will conduct myself as a lawyer according to the best of my knowledge and discretion,
With all good fidelity, as well to the courts as to my clients.
with all good fidelity as well to the courts as to my clients.
I impose upon myself these voluntary obligations without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And I impose upon myself these voluntary obligations without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations to our new and kind of not new batch of lawyers. Clap, 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 clap. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Chief Justice Friedrich, and I have a question for each and every one of you. Do you know that you have rights? Do any of you know if you have rights? You, sir, do you have rights? Do you know that you have rights? Well, the Constitution says you do. I do as well. And it is on this very fine Monday afternoon that I wish to greet you all a very warm welcome to the new Supreme Court complex. Many of you who practiced law or visited the Supreme Court in the past in the Republic will know that our Supreme Court here is shining, shimmering, splendid compared to the old one. And of course, I would like to thank our wonderful architect and present streamer parliamentarian for his undivided attention in bringing us this beautiful establishment. Now, included in the new Supreme Court is my wonderful office, which you will be able to see if you pass through that door that I just came out of. And if you pass through that door, you will see my office, and there are two images. There are two paintings right next to each other. The painting to the left is that of St. Thomas More, and the painting to the right is that of Apolinario Mabini. Now, it will be strange for me to place an image of Apolinario Mabini, insofar as, yes, he is a national hero, but he is not the most relevant, perhaps, in terms of the Supreme Court, because he was DFA Secretary, which was the I believe the very first department established in the Philippines, and he was sort of the prime minister. So why would an image of him be hanging in the Supreme Court? Well, this is related to a story that the historian, or may I say, chismoso, Ambeth Ocampo said and related, and this is a common story that happened. You see, when the Philippines started out, we were planning to build something called the Supreme Court of Justice, which is essentially the Supreme Court, under the Malolos Constitution. Because we were thinking how happy we're going to be free from the Spaniards, so we're going to get our own government. It turns out, when the Americans came, we unfortunately had to abort that mission. But in any case, Emilio Aguinaldo, the first president, thought of appointing Apolinario Mabini as the Chief Justice. The problem is, a lot of people in Congress did not like Apolinario Mabini. In fact, Mabini wrote a column in which he expressed what he wants to do for the judiciary, and the congressmen just did not like it. The assemblymen, whatever you would call them in the past. So, they blocked his appointment. They opposed it, saying, "Why are we going to appoint someone who is lame? Bakit tayo maglalagay ng pilay sa Supreme Court?" And to that, Mabini replied with, "My good sirs, does the office of Chief Justice require much walking? No, instead it requires someone of a sound mind." Of course, I am not saying that I follow Mabini's criteria of being a Chief Justice with a sound mind. But what I do know is that this story exhibits two things. Number one is that this part of history is very much like the state of the judiciary in many countries. Obscure, not commonly known. In fact, the very fact that Mabini cannot walk is also an unknown fact to many people. However, it also shows a second fact. It shows that because the people in Congress went against his appointment as Chief Justice, it means they understand the importance of the courts. I remember a friend who spoke to me and said that they heard from a source called the Chief of Justice. This and that, this and that, this and that. I don't know where they heard such the title of Chief of Justice, and of course this is not to make fun of ignorance, but this is to exhibit. You know who the president is, you know who the speaker is, you know who the president of the Senate is, but you do not know who the Chief Justice is, or any of the 14 associate justices. And that is because much of the work of the judiciary is not on camera. And it is not frequently publicized. And even if it is publicized, I see the Holy Father is dancing in the back. Anyhow, it is publicized only insofar as there's so much legal mumbo-jumbo. Ang dami nilang pinagsasabi. Ano tong quo warranto? Ano tong petition for ganito-ganyan? Mandamus prohibition, ewan-ewan. And that is a sad thing, because the legal system is such an important part of our country. In fact, the legal system is what keeps one of the things that we are fighting for as a country, namely the rule of law. My message. The rule of law, which is the doctrine that no one man rules over people. Hindi tayo sumusunod sa tao, kundi sa batas. Pag sinabi ng korte, ipakulong nyo to, ipapakulong ninyo. Dahil yun ang batas. Hindi dahil mabait yung judge, hindi dahil mabait yung justice, kundi dahil yun ang batas. The courts are important for that. Stood for the Supreme Court hymn, and the first line is, "Behold the guardians of our rights." Because the Supreme Court and the lower courts are always there and available to maintain and protect the Constitution and the laws. That is why we are opening now a Philippine judiciary. In fact, it is, as I notice, a bit of a struggle for many Roblox nations to build up a judiciary and keep it running, because it's easier to simply just people in prison and then get them out. But you see, this establishment of a judiciary is essential not only for our context today, It is also essential so that each and every one of us will come to a more intimate and true understanding and knowledge of our legal system. Because as you know, knowledge is power. So the Philippine judiciary here in Roblox will make sure that it will attain the vision and the mission that it has always subscribed to, even in real life. Namely, giving people fair cases, if possible, for free. Of course, it will be for free. You can't charge anyone for now. I'm sorry, lawyers. And that these will be done in an efficient way. This will be done in such a way that it is fast enough, but not so fast as to ignore impartial justice. You could think of this as the real, not the real life per se, but the implementation of your K dramas and your series, of Suits, of Better Call Saul, and of that extraordinary attorney show that I still have not watched. One about the whales. God knows. Anyhow, and you, my good lawyers, each and every one of you present here, and those who are not present here, yung nag-yes dun sa poll, tapos hindi naman dumating, ano yun? Anyways, those of you who came here, and those of you who are not here, all of you play an important role in that. Because the court system will be useless if there are not lawyers defending their client, representing the state, representing their clients, ensuring that justice perseveres. You are essential actors in the court system. You are indispensable. You are essential. As my great mentor once said, my great mentor, bakit naman natin isusugal ang mga sundalo natin? Ang mga sundalo po natin, dapat pinoproteksyonan po natin yan. Yan ang role ng milisya. Yan ang role natin. Tal, napakadaming matapang at napakadami pong matapang. Kayo ang matapang. You, the lawyers, the brave ones. Because you are the ones who stand before the courts and say, Your Honor, this is incorrect. Your Honor, this is how we want things. This is where you assert your rights. This is where you assert law. Baka kayo dyan sa pinto sa baba. And so as we open the Philippine judiciary, and as we begin to embark upon this journey of ensuring equal justice under law for all, let us always ensure and maintain that our mission and core values as the judiciary is to do justice. To do justice in criminal cases, civil cases, cases about government legislation, etc. That is our highest priority, and that is what we should always maintain. Again, congratulations to all of our new lawyers. And so, I would first and foremost to say that after I leave, there will be a picture-taking thing. So, don't leave when I leave. I'll be there. Thank you very much. It's correct. Do not leave when I leave. Please all rise for the judiciary hymn.
The Philippine judiciary was born of liberty, a bulwark of Voices rise in harmony to hail triumphantly the honor, faith, and legacy of our judiciary. The honor, faith, and legacy of our judiciary.
There being no more business brought before this court is hereby adjourned. Okay. All of the new lawyers, please proceed here and we will have picture taking. Thank you very much. Your pang-lead. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, apat sa kanan, apat sa kaliwa.